And I'm live. Hello. Hi, Carol, Karki. Welcome in. Happy Monday. Let's see. All right. Happy Monday. Welcome to a special I'm Feeling Streamish. As you may be aware, this week on Thursday, we here in America are celebrating our Thanksgiving Day. And Thanksgiving is one of the more major holidays here in America. A lot of great traditions for Thanksgiving, and a lot of memories that I have, and probably a lot of people have for Thanksgiving. And of course, Thanksgiving is kind of the last hurrah before Christmas season gets 100%, kicked off, I guess. There's a level of Christmas starting right after Halloween, but I think there's a significant number of people that kind of wait for Thanksgiving to pass before they actually, start decorating, doing a lot of decorating for Christmas and listening to the music. I've kind of been listening to Christmas music here and there since July, but anyway, I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving, as you might guess. I am from my hat and from just, if you watched the channel, followed me, you know I'm a huge fan of turkey legs. And so a holiday that is where the turkey is kind of the thing is definitely my favorite. So I wanted to go live today to talk about favorite Thanksgiving memories, Thanksgiving traditions a little bit, talk a little bit. There's been some news items out of Disney over the last few days, the weekend. Want to go into so yeah. So before I get going, I want to re-show, because I've showed it. This will be probably the last time I show it for a little while. But this little guy I received from Miss Cynthia, Candy Mom, here on YouTube and in the community. She sent me this the turkey leg wishable from Disney, and I am so thankful and grateful to her for, reaching out to me and offering to, seeing if I wanted it. And of course I did. And so she sent it out, and so I am enjoying it very much. Yeah. So anyway, as I just mentioned, there has been some Disney news that has come out recently. So let me look at some of the more recent news. There's a lot of merch. I generally steer clear of merchandise, new merchandise, because if you're into Disney merchandise, you're probably gonna know. But big headline that just came out I guess it was, or maybe it was yesterday, that Walt Disney World has halted. Excuse me. Let me click on the article from Walt Disney World or WDW News Today. Walt Disney World has stopped sales of most annual passes ahead of busy holiday season. And here's the article. With many park pass reservations on peak days already gobbled up, their words, but I love it, gobbled up for the rest of the 2021 calendar at Walt Disney World, the sale of most annual pass options have been temporarily halted. So here is a look at their website, mobile website. I don't think you can see it, but they have 3 of their 4 pass levels are blocked off. The highest one, the Disney Credit Pass, the Disney Sorcerer Pass, as well as the Disney Pirate Pass, are listed as currently unavailable. However, the Disney Pixie Dust Pass, which is the lowest tier, is available. That's actually the pass that I'm planning on getting in January. But let's continue with the article. All but the Disney Pixie Dust Pass are no longer being sold for the time being. This means guests cannot currently purchase the Disney Incredi Pass, Disney Sorcerer Pass, or the Disney Pirate Pass. The Disney Pixie Dust Pass is the ticket with the most blockout dates, and many of which are in November and December. So it makes sense that it is still being sold. Easy can barely go. Disney has not stated when sales of other annual passes will resume. Probably in January. My words, not the article. Renewals for existing annual pass holders will remain available at this time. That was very interesting. And you know, it makes total sense. I know that people maybe who are planning to go to Disney and get a pass this time of year, you know, and they might have to change their plans, but it makes sense as far as Disney controlling crowds and you know, controlling their capacity. As the article mentions, a significant portion of the dates that, you know, between now and the beginning of the new year are blocked off for the Pixie Dust Pass. I think there's like the first 2 weeks basically of December. This week I think is blocked off, so they don't have to worry about, you know, higher capacities, you know, being an issue. So, but it's very interesting that they're just stopping the sale of them because they do have their park reservation system. My question is to that is that I don't really know the answer to, because it would make total sense to me, is why don't they reduce their capacity level? You know, like at the beginning, they had a very low capacity. They've raised it up steadily with time. Why don't they bring that back for the holidays if they don't want a lot of people going? Which would still make people, I think, unhappy, because if they're still selling passes around Christmas. Hi, Mike, how are you? You know, and they have less capacity. I don't know. But Disney does what Disney does. So there was some other news items that I'm very excited to say. You probably have already heard this if you're into the Disney news, but I want to just mention them. So let me find. That's okay, Mike. I know what you meant. I am in the background. Alrighty. So Disney Parks had their Destination D23 event on Saturday, and there were a ton of announcements. I don't think I'm going to get into those. One, though, that I was very excited to hear about is the Finding Nemo show at Animal Kingdom. It's coming, well, it's a new version of the Finding Nemo, the musical that was at the theater there in Animal Kingdom. They've redone it. They've redone the story, and it's coming back. It's coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom in 2022. So it's been updated to include storyline from Finding Dory, but it's called Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond. And so it says it's going to include fan favorite songs from Finding Nemo the musical. So there'll be some things about this show that are still familiar. So, but I am a huge fan of Finding Nemo the musical, so I'm really excited to see that. And I just went to the wrong page here. But there were a couple other items. I know they announced that the Festival of Fantasy Parade is coming back to the Magic Kingdom. And also they are bringing out let me try to find the article. There's a new cavalcade coming out. While I'm finding about that, looks like there's a fun overlay coming to the Living with the Land at Epcot called Merry and Bright Nights. It's returning for this holiday season. Here it is. So there were two news items. Actually, well, I'll just talk about this one. So the Festival of Fantasy Parade will be making its return to Magic Kingdom next year, 2022, but they have also announced that the Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade will be joining the daytime parade entertainment. They said this new cavalcade will feature the most characters that any of the cavalcade at Walt Disney World has ever had. These characters include Moana, Miguel from Coco, which I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that Miguel has had very little presence in the parks. So that'll be fun. Clarabelle Cow, Baloo and King Louie from the Jungle Book, Mulan, Elena, Jose Carioca, and Panchito of the Three Caballeros, Stitch, and many more. It says, and many more. So the new cavalcade will be parading through Magic Kingdom multiple times per day starting in early 2022, which means that with the Festival of Fantasy coming back, this means that there's potentially going to be 3 different parade slash cavalcades at Magic Kingdom, is because they've got their 50th anniversary. I'm not sure what the official name of that is. I don't remember, but the 50th, where Mickey and Minnie have their iridescent Mickey, Minnie, and the gang, the Fab 5 or 6 or however many that there ends up being, all have their iridescent garb on with the new, You Are the Magic is Calling song. So there's that cavalcade. Then there's this new one, the Adventure, Friends and Adventure cavalcade. And then there's the Festival of Fantasy Parade. So, that sounds like a lot of fun. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about as far as Disney goes. But let me see. I think there was one other thing. I really should write. There were a couple things that were not mentioned during the Destination 23 event. They did not mention the Walt Disney World parking trams, which still sit in the parking lots, gathering dust, taking up pavement. The other thing they did not even talk about, because it's failing in my opinion, is the Genie Plus and the Lightning Lane thing. Oh, they announced that Fantasmic is returning in 2022. That was awesome. I can't wait to check that out. It's going to be new scenes, apparently, from, where is it? Frozen, Moana. Let me click on the article. I can get you some details. We'll just complete the thought. Let's see. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coaster is also opening in summer of 2022. Okay, Fantasmic has just been announced to return to Disney's Hollywood Studios in 2022. The show is also returning to Disneyland next year. That's not the article I wanted. But anyway, where is that article? This article is not very user-friendly. Where is the part that I need? Here we go. So, when Fantasmic returns, it will feature new scenes for Moana, Aladdin, and Frozen. And they're featured in the concept art above. Is above? Seen above. Okay, I don't see the concept art. My phone is glitchy right now, so I don't see. That's okay, because I can't really show it very well on the screen. So anyway, details will follow. Details will come, and I'm sure our friends in the YouTube streaming community will be streaming that show when it comes back with all its new phantasmical glory and fun. So that's it in the Disney news world. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. So I am blessed to have many happy Thanksgiving memories through the years. It's always been, with the exception of 1 year, I think, I've always been with my family, um, my immediate family and some more extended family. Some years, I remember when I was a lot younger, there were a couple, at least one or two Thanksgivings we actually spent out of, still with family, but with out of town, away from home. But typically, Thanksgiving has been, we've celebrated us here, people coming over. Um, Although there are some, like last year, we went to my brother's house to celebrate Thanksgiving. But Thanksgiving has, taken a different shape as the years have gone on. As my siblings have grown up, they were all in our separate ways. A couple of my siblings are beginning to or have, you know, had kids, and so there's that. The family is growing, but we still are able to and have been able to come together around for Thanksgiving, Christmas, um, in some form. Not everything that we um, did when I was growing up. Like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. We'll get to that. But Thanksgiving, but yeah, but for the most part, um, Thanksgiving remains for me a very happy time. Not to mention the turkey aspect. The turkey, Mike Wheeler says, and yes, happy 30th birthday to Beauty and the Beast movie. I just saw a post about that on Instagram. Beauty and the Beast. Belle has to, well, it's just Belle. Belle is towards the top for me when it comes to the Disney princesses. The movie, it's a great soundtrack. It's a great movie. So happy 30th birthday to Beauty and the Beast. I might have to watch that today. So, so yes. And welcome back, Carol. Um, Talking a little bit about Thanksgiving. Of course, I enjoy not just getting together with family, but the food. Of course, the turkey. I've always greatly enjoyed the turkey at Thanksgiving. Um, I have been several years with the turkey. It has been my privilege and my joy to assist um, deboning the turkey. It's a very involved job, and it's always been my pleasure to step up to the plate and take on that responsibility slash challenge to help get the turkey off the carcass of the bird onto the serving platter. But also I see it as a um, selfishly, it's also a opportunity to provide my quality control services to for the family. Um, so that is, some years Recent years though, I've let my dad take that job, but so it's been probably a couple years since I have done that. But I'm always willing. I'm always available. Of course, I will, make my services. Um, I will make my services available. You know, to assist with that. It's no issue. So anyway, but even if I don't have that job, I always enjoy um, the turkey. There's always been the discussion around Thanksgiving. Are you white meat? Are you dark meat? Being that I love the turkey leg so much, I do have to say I am a fan of the dark meat, but the white meat, always welcome. The thing with the white meat is because it tends to be drier for me. It also could be like the taste, but generally the white meat, if you don't have like, um, just could be drier. Same thing goes with chicken. If I'm not, doesn't have like something to make it, more, there's like moisture there. Um, like gravy, or if you chopped it up and made like a turkey salad or a chicken salad. But definitely the dark meat is my favorite on the turkey. But then, of course, Thanksgiving is about the feast. So there's the mashed potatoes, which actually I have volunteered this year to make the mashed potatoes. So I will be doing that this year, and maybe the turkey. Um, what else is there? We do usually have the canned like cranberry sauce, but we also make a very delicious a cranberry relish, a kind of a raw, fresh cranberry relish that's got the cranberries, pineapple, the spices, cinnamon, cloves, ginger, and I think orange. I think we do pineapple and orange, or pineapple or orange, or something like that. Anyway, it's very delicious. That's always a highlight. It's something we usually have at Thanksgiving, and I think someone's making that this year. So I look forward to that. Of course, there's the meat stuff, the bread stuffing, the traditional bread, the stuffing that goes in the turkey. We make a meat stuffing dish as well. That's been a family tradition. It's been um, it's kind of a family dish, and I've heard of similar things, but we basically it's made with some beef, and then or ground turkey we've used, but sausage also, and with like crackers and milk, and it's goes in a dish, um, and you bake it, and it's always a huge hit around Thanksgiving. But Karki says, Carol, all right, even as a child, Thanksgiving dinner was all about the sides and the pumpkin pie. Yeah, the sides and the pumpkin pie. We've had I think we're planning to have apple pie as well. I know we've had both pumpkin and apple pie at Thanksgiving. And so when you've got both, obviously you've got to, I usually try to have a small piece of both. So yeah, the pie definitely is a hit, but the sweet potatoes, we actually haven't don't usually have the sweet potatoes so much. We do a carrots and turnips dish where you cook the carrots and the turnips and you mash them up. You put some like butter and like salt and pepper or something in there, and so that's a dish that we usually have. The green beans, also the green beans, like green bean casserole. There's been some years that we'll have it, but we typically didn't have that dish. But um, I do enjoy green bean casserole or green beans in general. If we have that. Um, so definitely. Is there anything else? We also usually we have some years had like rolls, dinner rolls served with the meal, but there's so much other stuff and like, starchy things that we usually skip the rolls because it's kind of an extra thing, or we'll have rolls for for like later, because usually we eat like in the early to mid afternoon, and then in the event that later on that evening people are feeling like they want to make, a turkey sandwich like in the evening time, we'll usually have like rolls or something, to make, a sandwich. And usually if there is any eating in the evening, it's usually revolves um enjoying the leftovers. Rolls tend to get forgotten in my oven and burned. Yeah, there is always that too. There is always that too. Um, Also worth mentioning is a kind of a family thing that we've enjoyed is my aunt and uncle who live in another part of Florida, about a couple hours away, and my cousin. They usually come. They usually come up for Thanksgiving for the meal and for a few hours. Um, okay, Mike, take care. Thanks for coming in. Um, anyway, my aunt is Filipino, so something that she started doing. I feel like this is looking dark. Um, anyway, my aunt is Filipino, and so she started making little egg rolls. But they're about, let's say they're about an inch and a half long. Then they've got, basically they're like little pork or some kind of, I think they're pork, kind of, meat. They're about inch and a half long. They usually bring like a sweet chili sauce to dip the egg rolls in, and so that's kind of an appetizer that we have has become a staple just with our family. And so those they usually bring a kind of a tub of them. Some of them don't make it on the trip, um, understandably, but usually those are pretty much gone by the end of the day, or maybe they'll make it into the day after Thanksgiving. But usually those are just ate up. Um, so those are definite. Those are definite. That's a kind of a family um, thing that we enjoy. Um, but yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving that's kind of, food and family, kind of the key words when it comes to Thanksgiving and celebrating this holiday. Being here in Florida, of course, we usually have great weather. The weather is usually changed. This year we've got The high is like only in the low 70s, I think. So, there's usually after the meal, we will usually go for, everyone will maybe go for a little walk to, start burning off those calories and just enjoy the weather. Um, well, last year when we went to my brother's house, of course, it was 2020, so we actually ate outside, which was good, which was actually, I would have been up for that even if there wasn't, COVID precautions happening because we had great weather. It was mostly cloudy, I think, mostly sunny. It was cool, it was comfortable. Um, so we didn't have the bugs that you have during the summer here, and it was good. But anyway, of course, that then leads into usually um, Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving evening is when I will usually, after that evening, that night, I will usually listen to Christmas music in um, in anticipation for everything turning 100% Christmas the next day. So, radio stations, if they haven't already gone to Christmas music, they do that. Um, let's see. Carol says, growing up, we always used my aunt's special nutcracker and snacked on nuts while we played board games after dinner. Sometimes we always had room for dessert anyway. Yeah. So we didn't really, yeah, we didn't really, don't really have, well, sometimes we have like, as far as like appetizers before the meal, we usually have, well, those little egg rolls that I mentioned, but sometimes we'll have like a vegetable platter with like a ranch dip. Might have that, but then usually, typically, we're kind of just, waiting for the meal, and then afterwards, after dessert, after the meal, we usually have dessert, and then later on, we'll kind of enjoy some of the leftovers if we have room. If not, sometimes, sometimes you're not really up to eating more after the meal. So anyway, and then the next day, of course, everything goes to Christmas, and but um, with that, of course, you go back to what the holiday is about, um, which is being thankful for everything. Carol, we usually eat around 2 or 3. I think in the recent years, just with my brother's kids, I think last year, maybe the last couple years, we maybe ate a little later just because it worked better with their, the kids' nap times. Um, this year, my brother is actually, I think they're not going to be with us. So we won't be seeing them. So we possibly might eat a little earlier, but usually around 3 or 4, I want to say, especially, in recent years. But I remember, before that, um, we usually aimed about 2 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock. So it's kind of a late lunch situation. Um, and then so by the time we get to 6 or 7, you might possibly be ready for something else, like some leftovers, um, but not always. But anyway, I do want to touch on what I'm thankful for this year. Obviously, there's my health, even though I am, I struggle with my weight, but still, um, and, with my weight, there's some, things that I'm kind of deal with, but generally I am blessed with, I would say, decent health. And my health is something that I'm really going to be working on in the new year, even before then, over the holidays, Christmas holiday season. But I'm, life. I'm thankful for life, both, the physical and in the spiritual sense. Um, I am thankful for my family. Um, I've probably mentioned it here, but I am one of 7 kids. So I've always been like family minded. Both my parents have several siblings. So I've always been kind of familiar with a larger family setup. I know not everyone has all those kids. Um, so I always am thankful for that. And then now, of course, I am Uncle Dean to right now 5 nephews and 1 niece. Magic for 4. Hello, welcome in. Happy Monday, and happy Thanksgiving. So I am Uncle Dean, as I said, to 5 nephews and 1 niece. And coming in the spring, there will be another. I will be Uncle Dean for the 7th time. So I'm looking forward to that. There's going to be a new baby. My brother, who lives up in Pennsylvania, they will be having their number 4. And so I am excited to meet a new nephew or niece in the spring. So we're awaiting that with excitement. And so, yeah. So family, definitely. My brothers and sisters, thankful for them. My parents, my grandparents, my grandmothers, who my my one grandfather actually passed away before I got to know him. My other grandfather passed away back in 2003, and they lived up in Massachusetts. My grandma still lives up there, but been able to see her still regularly, semi-regularly. But I'm thankful that my grandmothers are still living. They're getting older. They're having things going on, that happens as you get older. But right now, this year, I'm thankful that they are still alive and still around to talk to send a Christmas card this year. I didn't send Christmas cards at all last year. So this year, I think I'll send some out to the family. So Karki, my daughter's baby is due in May. Well, congratulations, Carol. Yeah, May is I believe when the baby is due in our family. So it will definitely be a great spring for us all. And yeah. So family, life, health. Obviously, I'm thankful that even though I'm, part-time in a fast food place and I, I don't always show appreciation. I know that being employed is something that some people would love to be. So at the end of the day, I am thankful that I do have an income. I do have a job. Um, so that is one thing that I am thankful for. I'm thankful for having YouTube, for my friends, getting to meet new people. Magic for Four. I see Amanda. So now I know your first name. Meeting new friends, old, friends I've known, Carol Kirky, Mike Wheeler, um, the YouTube, finding friends on YouTube, meeting people in person. I got to meet Mike Wheeler last November, actually this week. I got to meet Mike down in Disney Springs. I got to sign his cane. A lot of people on that cane have signed Mike Wheeler's cane. I remember seeing so many names on that thing, which is just a testament to how many people he's met. I can't even remember who I saw, but anyway, that was exciting. So yeah, and I look forward to meeting more as the years go on. Of course, I'm getting my pass in January. So hopefully I'll, getting down to the parks to meet up with people. That has been probably a huge thing that I've hated, not having a pass, because I would be so willing to drive. I'm an hour away the from Disney World, but because I didn't have, a pass, or, I didn't really have the money to just, buy a day ticket, it was kind of difficult for me to justify making that trip. But if I, have a pass, much easier for me to get down there and, meet people. Even if I don't spend a whole day, um, anyway, I'll be excited to not only enjoy Disney again, but to have the opportunity to meet people, more friends from YouTube. So that's one thing I'm thankful for, and being able to do this channel, even though there's some things I've struggled with. Um, with kind of feeling out, what I want my content to be. I have settled on the story stream, Thursday night's story stream, as kind of a permanent thing for the channel, and I'm very happy to kind of say that. Here is that I kind of see Once Upon a Turkey Leg to be a permanent thing. But I kind of thought that I would kind of want another stream, kind of like this, I'm Feeling Streamish, to sort of be another show that I do. So I'm still feeling out. I don't know if I'm Feeling Streamish will still, be a thing in the long run, but right now this is what I'm doing. So I'm still feeling out, what I want to do with YouTube. I do have a couple of podcast channels, which I have to say I'm really looking at whether I want to continue those. I'm leaning towards continuing those, and really maybe not doing a ton of YouTube. So I might just have the one stream and continue my podcasting, because the podcasting, to be honest, I kind of prefer. because you don't have to worry about the lighting. Like I see my lighting is a little, I don't know if, Carol, if it looks okay to you, but my lighting, I've got my lamp here and then a smaller light over here. I kind of feel like I probably could or should do something different with my lighting. You don't have to worry about that with the podcast. You just, you hit record and you talk. And so that to me is really what I favor in the podcasting space, is that you don't have to worry about the picture or the appearance. So I know probably in the spring, probably about May, since we're talking about May, is a bit dark. Yeah, it does look a bit dark to me, but I'm not really sure what I can do. The window here, I actually close it because I think it looks, because when the light will come in, it'll kind of what do they call that, wash out or whatever, from the side, and I don't want that, and so that's why I close the blinds. But anyway, so come in the spring, it'll probably be, I will bring back my podcasts and just do Thursday night streams, which will be fine. But anyway, those are the things that I'm thankful for, working through YouTube and trying that out this year. Friends, family, friends on YouTube, family here, life, health. Yes. So I think I'm going to go ahead and look at closing out the stream. Let me go back to Thursday night. I am doing Thursday night this week. Thanksgiving night, I will be live at 10:30. We're going to start with Christmas. It will be the first Christmas story, since it's at night, Thanksgiving Day, but it's at night. I think I'm pretty safe to go ahead and start reading Christmas at that point. So if you're Carol, Amanda, anyone who watching live or on the replay, if you're not too stuffed of turkey and not, busy with family, I will be going live on Thanksgiving night. So even if not a lot of people can come in, it'll still be there on the replay for the weekend. And then Friday, I launch my Stories Behind Christmas series, reading through this book. And I'm actually not sure how long each reading will be. From looking at the chapters, it'll probably be about 10 minutes in length to get through each chapter. So I'm looking forward to that. They'll be uploaded every morning, looking at either sometime between 9 and 10 each morning. So that'll be going up. Friday's video will be a premiere, but typically I'm just going to schedule the video to be available at that time. I'll, pre-upload it. But Friday will definitely be a premiere just because it'll be the first video of the series. For the next month or so, I will, I think, not be doing a Monday afternoon live stream like this. What I'm thinking of doing is actually on the Mondays, instead of doing a stream like this where it's just fairly random chat, I'm thinking I will go live in the morning to do the reading. That way, if people are awake and are available on a Monday morning, they can watch. You can tune in live. So there'll be a few of those that will be actually live stream replays instead of the recorded video. So I'm looking at that. I don't know if that'll be a thing, but it might be. Once Upon a Turkey Leg will still be happening on Thursdays. I've got several Disney Christmas stories. I've got a whole book that's 18 stories. So the 4 or 5 Thursdays in December plus this Thursday are covered. Plus one of those weeks, I will be reading A Charlie Brown Christmas. So definitely that will be on. So that's what's coming up on the channel for the Christmas season, for this week in the Christmas season. Thank you everyone for being here. Carol, Mike, Amanda, thank you for coming in. Great to have you in the stream today. And I hope everyone has a gobbletastic and blessed Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much turkey. Did I just say that? Who am I kidding? Eat turkey and enjoy it, or eat everything else. Carol, I seem to remember you don't actually eat meat. So the mashed potatoes, the whatever else you enjoy, the pie, just enjoy it. Have a great Thanksgiving. And I will see everyone. I will see y'all Thursday night. I'll be live. Thursday night, I will be live. Wednesday, I am going for a hike. There may be a hike video first thing Thanksgiving morning. If you happen to have a few extra minutes, I may have a short hike video that I'll put up. Oh, you'll eat plenty of everything except meat. Okay, that is cool. That is awesome. I don't fully understand it, but it's great. We should connect on Instagram, Carol. I am curious behind that, what people's personal reasons for eating different things. Not to necessarily get into that right now because I want to end the stream, but I am curious to find out, different people's reasons for their dietary reasons. Is it for health? Is it for, any, religious or other reasons? Anyway, have a great Thanksgiving. Have a gobbletastic day, and I'll see you next time.